This is a Gorilla Podcast Network production.
Welcome to the Late Night PotLuck Show. PotLuck Show. PotLuck Show. PotLuck Show.
Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Late Night PotLuck Show, episode 14. I'm excited for today. We got a couple of guests here. We hanging out here with Raquel and Manny, and I'm your host, Dave. Let's just jump right in. Raquel, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Just talk about it. What's on your mind? What you've been up to lately?
Today we did our first event at Reservoir Community Farm. So we had some youth come up from Sacred Heart University Horizon program, and there were about 25 people working, weeding, and then I did a cooking demo and everyone ate, and it was so fantastic, and it was a great weather and everything else for it.
Thanks. Yeah, I saw some pictures. Ellie kept sending me some. That was pretty cool. I wish I was there. Manny, what's going on with you? Look at that tan.
Let's not talk about my tan. Let's talk about how there's no food.
Yo, why is there no food?
Why is there no food? I don't know.
We gotta find whose fault that is and
I don't know.
Crucify him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the tan is great, and like I said
Meanwhile, he
earlier,
came from Puerto Rico, and he's talking about no food bringing.
No
here.
food. Listen, I'm a foodie, right? 24/7 eating all the time. Like capurias in my belly. Well, it's probably not in my belly anymore.
Raquel, do you follow him? You follow him. You saw those pictures?
Oh, you saw that?
You
Saw some of the food that I was posting, and that's just a few of the things. Like, we were chinchorreando the whole time. Like, that's all we were doing. Like, it was amazing. That's all I gotta say. It was amazing.
Well, go ahead.
I'm just thinking about being back on the beach right now, eating as much food as possible. Nice. And that was the best thing. You know, we stayed in a section of Puerto Rico called Isla Verde, which is right off of San Juan. It's basically the metropolitan area of San Juan. Right. And we were pretty much smack dab in the middle of where Piñones and Isla Verde Beach is. Isla Verde Beach is like I guess you can almost consider like a state beach or whatever. They, big parking lot, whatever. And Piñones is basically just a street of street food vendors.
Yes.
Like just street food vendors, and then a little walk over a mound to the beach. So like go grab a bunch of good food, some really cold drinks, then walk over to the beach and hang out right in this super crystal clear blue water. So we're staying in between there at an Airbnb. It was beautiful, by the way, like 50 feet away from the beach. So first thing we do in the morning, get up, eat some breakfast, head out to the beach, and just chill out all day. And then drive throughout the island, going to different places. So it was great. We ate at a lot of amazing places.
That's when hate is real.
Listen, our goal was maximum relaxation.
That's awesome.
A little bit of adventure and a whole lot of food.
Let me ask you, right? So last episode, or 2 episodes ago, I asked you, where you going? And you just like, let's keep that on DL.
Yeah.
Family. How many family members hit you up? Are you coming over?
Zero.
They didn't know you were
not
there.
One. No.
Okay.
Well, no, they knew I was there.
Okay.
Every time I posted a picture, anytime I posted a picture, I had a cousin and an uncle constantly liking them, and I was like, damn, I'm waiting for them to call me, let me know, like, hey, are you gonna come by, or like talking junk? Yeah. But no, nobody. We did go towards we wanted to go see my grandfather's grave site, make sure it was good. We did stop through the neighborhoods. We stopped and saw a couple of the individuals through the neighborhoods that we know, but no family members. We just said hi, and then we kept it moving.
That's nice.
But that was it. Yeah, but no family members, not at all.
Yeah, that's common. I mean, like, you try to enjoy it as a tourist, and family members get offended. You don't stay over at their house,
No, yeah, because then you got to stay there for a while. You got to have coffee. You got to eat. I mean, because everybody wants to cook over there. Right. Like, they all want to cook. You got to eat.
And that's a big problem to have,
I mean,
right?
No, it's not a big problem, but the thing is, it takes up more time. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel bad because, like, when I go, for example, I go 2 weeks, and I'll stay at a resort for 1 week. Second week, I stay at my aunt's house. But then there's no AC.
That's the problem. There's no AC.
Sweating like a pig.
Yeah. hell-
Then all the
I'm not roasting.
all
Like-
the neighborhoods roosters get together by my window and start waking my ass up at 4 or 5 in the
You see
morning.
that American over there? Let's go get him.
And the mosquitoes.
Yeah, mosquitoes are
Well, I'd rather that than those massive
Flying
cockroaches.
that fly.
You be walking down the street, chilling. All of a sudden, you get smacked in the head, catch a concussion
They
from
speak
a.
Spanish.
It's not a
too.
bat. It's just a roach. Right.
It's a roach.
So I just did some quick run. You know, it's tomorrow's Mother's Day. So by the time you hear this podcast or this show, Mother's Day has already happened. But anyways, I'm gonna just go ahead and give a shout out to all y'all mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mikhail.
Thank you.
Mother's Day.
Oh,
yeah.
Happy
Shout out to my
Mother's
mom.
Mother's Day. Yeah, shout out to mom.
Mami, te quiero. Picked up some big wise strawberries.
A1.
I do this French toast for the wife for the morning
Oh.
with the Nutella.
Oh my
And,
god.
like to take the two sliced
Yes.
breads, Nutella and the strawberries,
Yeah.
whatever, and then just
Oh, bro, I was eating the Spaniard style churros with like slathered in Nutella in Puerto Rico for like $1.50. I was like, a little extra Nutella, please. And it was amazing. Oh my god.
so once again, no food. We're still talking about
Right,
food,
but we keep
no
talking
food.
about it.
It's gonna be an issue, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through this.
I'm not
together.
forgiving you after this. First, you treat me like crap when I sit in that chair, and then when I'm not in that chair, you don't bring any food. All right.
Someone sat in my chair.
You did.
What?
like-
Did you not listen to the last few episodes?
He wasn't doing the countdown right. You know, Marshall kept eating before the countdown.
I was nervous. He kept yelling at me. I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't have the mommy talk like you do. My fault. Like, you know, like he's my elder. I gotta.
Sorry. I got the white beard almost. Well, I got one or two strands of white hair, but you gotta respect.
He's got more beard than me, so I gotta.
That's true.
Yep. So I got the trip to Puerto Rico too in July though. It's still out there, but can't wait. Well, let's go right ahead and jump in. We got a cool group here. I keep saying a couple of guests, but I see 3 people here. We got folks from Park City Harvest. We got Shawn, Richard,
Roslen.
and Roslen. Thank you for coming out. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself and talk about what is you guys work on. Let's start off with Shawn.
Okay. Well, we work on. Well, I'm Shawn, Park City Harvest. What we do is we grow organic vegetables and produce. Anything from blackberries to loofahs or anything like that. And we do everything in an organic manner. We do it all within Bridgeport itself and make it available to all Bridgeport residents. And we do it at an affordable price. And on our social media, things like that, if anybody wants to follow us, we try to educate and show as much things as possible. And pretty much just trying to change the image of farming and show the youth within our city and everything like that you can do these type of things. I know I haven't had the experience directly myself. Rich has, where we've been working with some youths and they didn't even know where certain fruits or vegetables even came from or how they grew or things like that. So, you know, that's our primary mission. That's our primary thing. And also just to show them, you know, we still talk the same way that they talk, dress how they dress, look how they look, listen to what they listen to, and we still outside growing fruits and vegetables and flowers.
I gotta say that's something I find awesome, right? Because if I find gardening or farming intimidating, right? Because I don't have a green thumb. But I got a quick funny story. I met Richard, right? So I started following them, and I was like in desperate need of peppers because I had a batch. We had some event going on recently, and I was like, I need peppers. GVI all gone, and I reached out to Park City Harvest And he responded. He goes, "Yeah, I could get you some peppers." And we agreed on a meeting point. And I pull up, and it was getting dark, and they were just cleaning up, but I see this dude in a hoodie.
This transaction is getting a little seedy. No,
Like what the fuck? Like is going on here? Like, like yo, I think this is but
he got another type of pepper.
yeah, like what the fuck? Is that code word for something else? And he takes me to the backyard and he shows me the setup, and the transaction was made. But what
You're a little gullible for walking to the backyard.
Yeah,
with
that
if you're
sound real
already-
sketch.
No, but the thing is this, so when I got, they were like, they became relatable, right? Because they weren't, this a farming looking dude no. They looked like somebody that,
Right around the corner.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is, they have the advantage talking to kids these days, right? Because they look relatable, somebody, they're not going somewhere, meeting someone, that want to know how to relate to some of the urban city kids. These gentlemen do. And I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, because we both have families that have dealt with all of the common issues that is known for in Bridgeport and everything like that. And it's like you said, it's completely relatable. Like we understand the mindset of where they're at. We understand the situations and the households and the things like that they come from. And one of our primary missions is to show them that secret hobby or interest or passion that you have, like you don't have to hide it from your friends or from anybody else. Like you can
It can be cool.
be who you are. Yeah.
So if you told me what to do, or educating me, versus coming from Farmer Bob, I think it would just go in and come out the other ear. But coming from you guys, seeing that it's possible, or I think it's
Yeah, I could probably break it down to you in a different format, just like when you came by the other day. We were talking to you about rice bads.
Right.
We broke it down in a simple way
Yep.
that you'll be able to understand, and not intimidating.
Right.
And that's what teaching's all about, right? It's meeting someone where they're at, right?
Yes.
And showing how we're not two different individuals necessarily, right? Like there's
Exactly.
not like this power trip or this separation, but we're like one of the same.
Exactly.
And if you know how hone in on that, you're able to spread further, I think, and your reach goes that much wider because you're meeting people where you're explaining things in a language that everyone recognizes. You're providing your identity. You know what I'm saying? I think that's everything. When you're relating to someone else. So it's awesome that you guys are able to do what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's dope.
Talk about your because I see the three of you guys. What are your roles? Like you guys take on different roles, or
Right now, me and Shawn are both co-owners. I'm Roslen. She's like an administrative assistant, making sure everything gets done. Administrative manager. Whatever we fall back on, she makes sure it's handled. Like making sure like this was scheduled.
Right, that's the
Making
girls.
sure the other phone calls are handled, like to get these
Raza,
invoices
we're
and
dropping the ball,
money
and we're
in.
getting the food in, and we need somebody like you to.
Yeah, everybody
step
need a
in.
Roslen
Yeah,
on
no,
their team.
we all
trust
need
me.
women in our lives.
That's right.
We definitely do.
Everybody need a Roslen on their team.
Yeah, like she definitely keeps it together. I gotta keep it honest with you. I'm horrible with paperwork. All of that. I just,
Yo,
no
you just see
comment.
her? She just did that little ear.
yeah.
Like, messed something up this morning.
I just want to be outside, plant
Do
the
your
dirt,
thing.
grow some plants, and any questions or problems or issues you have regarding the plants, how many was planted, where, when, I can answer all of that. Ask me where I wrote it down at.
So one thing, okay, so you grew up in Bridgeport, you continue to be, your work is in Bridgeport, but what inspired, how did this path actually get to where you're at today?
Strange thing about that is for the both of us, it happened the same exact way.
It's crazy.
Is both of us each of our grandmothers used to take us outside and have us out there. For maybe at the start of it, it was against our wills, like you're gonna come help me do this or come help me do that or whatever the case may be. But instantaneously, just like with any child, when you show them they can do something from start to finish, is they become enamored with it, they become almost obsessed with it. So It's just something that we both always had a passion for. Of course, you know, different things, either interests or whatever, got in the way, or any influences or things like that. But it always,
It's easy to get distracted, but you can come back to the.
exactly. It
Yeah.
always came back to the main source. So a few years back, we were both actually going to school for horticulture, and we just not having any classes together, not even seeing each other. We both just randomly ran into each other one day, and was just like, "Where you from?" I thought he was gonna say he was from Waterbury. Honestly, at that school,
Dang, why'd you say
I didn't-
Waterbury for?
That's where the
because
school is.
that's where because that's where the school is at. Nothing against the
Okay,
dirty water, nothing
okay.
against Waterbury, Brass City. I
Brass
know
City
all
all
about
day,
that.
bang bang. Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You know, I'm out there all the time. So, but at that school, especially in the horticulture program, I was there for a few years. He was there for a few years. We never saw each other, never ran into each other, just because we were taking different courses, different times. I didn't see not one black face in my program.
I've heard of him though. I heard of the other black kid in the program, and I knew his name. They said, "Is your name Shawn?" I'm like, "No, my name is Rich." But who is this Shawn kid?
Same exact way. And then one day we just happened to run into each other. Didn't even say our names to each other at first. First thing out of our mouths was like, "Where you from?"
Bridgeport.
I'm from Bridgeport. Me too. What are you doing way up here? I'm thinking he's gonna say he's from Waterbury.
Or
He
doing
said he's
business
from
or something.
Yeah, he said he's from Bridgeport. He said he was in a horticulture program, and from that day forward, no pun intended, two peas in the pod.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo,
That
you're the
was
other
it.
black kid I've been looking for. What's going on?"
Yeah, and then we just been.
And what
running
school
ever
is this?
Naugatuck Valley Community College.
And-
When it comes to horticulture, there's only two schools in Connecticut that have it, which is UConn and Naugatuck Valley Community College. And you can imagine which one is cheaper than the other.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, is there a pathway program from NVCC?
Yes,
to
definitely,
UConn?
definitely.
Yes, there is a pathway program for that. We both kind of opted out of going through that path.
For now.
That's also speaks to primarily, you know, our upbringing in Bridgeport and everything that we saw, and just the drive and the passion that we had. And you know, already coming from Bridgeport, you already come from a certain place, and we made it to a certain point. We had a few great instructors, and without them even knowing, they just, you know, again, no pun intended, they just planted a few seeds without even realizing or recognizing it. And we would always have our side conversations during class, you know, in relations to plants or anything like that. So, you know, at one point in time, one of our instructors, he actually was explaining how, you know, people make money off of doing this.
Shout out to
And
McCleary.
shout out to George McCleary, and actually breaking down like the numbers of it. So previous to that, Rich and I were having conversations about what we may, you know, think about doing after school or once we graduate or anything like that. So once he started saying that, we just both looked at each other and was like, "I told you." And we're like, "Let's do it." And then next thing you know, within a week or two, Park City Harvest was born, and we've just been running ever since. Just, you know,
Completely jumped off the building and just continuously learning as we're going.
That is so awesome.
the way I like to say is we jumped headfirst into the pool without knowing if there was even water into it.
That's right. And then it's sink or swim.
Yeah.
Nah, there is no sink.
Right?
Well, yeah.
That's right.
There's no other
That's
option
right.
but to swim.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was 4 years old, jumped in the deep end. I had no choice. I've been swimming ever since.
That's what's up.
That's right.
Now, this friendship, when you guys linked up, was it immediately? Did you guys see this in your future? Did you guys, you know, plan this out?
I did.
Honestly, yeah. He already had like a set plan, like already in the past, like a vision board and all
Right,
that.
right.
Me,
Okay.
I was going with the flow. I just know I wanted to make money, doing the same thing I loved. You know, I was always in sales and stuff like that, and I knew that my love was always gardening. And I was like, I gotta make money with this.
There you go.
You know, and especially with me being epileptic, I always have problems with jobs and stuff like that, keeping the job and stuff like that. So I was always the hardest worker, but
You make your own path.
you know, I had to find my own path. With this way, I can't be fired. I have to fire myself.
That's
you know?
right, which is not
So-
going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not at all.
Yeah. But Shawn, he always had the vision.
I knew
of-
this from day one. Yeah,
Yeah.
From day one. Before, like, I would say legitimately a good 3 to 4 years before I even met Rich, before I even started going to school for this or anything like that. I always knew this is what I was going to be doing. It was just a matter of timing and God putting all of the pieces together. So I knew it was like, as long as I put in an ounce of effort or I put in an ounce of push, he was going to put 10 pounds of force behind me. So once I started taking those steps,
It just starts to widen, right?
everything started falling into place. So I had and still have, 5-10 year plans, and everything like that. Like where we are now, for me, the way I planned it out is we're not even halfway through step one. And I feel more than blessed for everything that we've been able to accomplish so far, just on our own, from the 3 people that you see sitting here. Everything that you guys have seen, heard about, anything like that, it's all these 3 right here.
So the name, tell me about it.
Park City Harvest. So it was between Stratfield Harvest, and that's crazy because I listened to the last podcast, and it's gonna be a Stratfield Market. There's connections. We're gonna try to make that work, but it was between Stratfield Market and Park City Harvest. Stratfield Harvest or Park City Harvest. But when we really broke it down between each other, we was like, Park City Harvest just have that extra ring.
It does.
And from there, created LLC, code,
That's
and went from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Park City Harvest.
Me too.
I feel like it's inclusive of the whole city compared to Stratfield, where it's just a section of.
Yeah, and most
of
people don't
Bridgeport.
even know. The reason I posed Stratfield, because I learned that was the name of Bridgeport prior to it being named
I didn't
Bridgeport.
realize that.
It was a
Yeah.
place between Stratford and Fairfield,
Fairfield.
so
Yep.
Stratfield.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it was a section partially owned by both towns before they were
Exactly.
sold off to Bridgeport, and then Bridgeport kept the name for a while.
yeah, me being a true Bridgeportian, I want to add that in there somehow.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Manny, if you haven't met him before, he's our encyclopedia of the group. Bridgeport Encyclopedia.
Bridgeport, I'm
Historian
a
and all.
diehard Bridgeport, Bridgeportian just as yourself.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I love all the
Shout
little
out to the
facts about
Bridgeporters,
Bridgeport.
the Bridgeportians out there.
There you go. The true ones, they actually care about your city and really,
Yep.
try to get yourself involved and actually, read up on the history of your city. I think that's a real important portion of it, is really knowing your history of your city. Just like a lot of people want to know the history of their families. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think it's a real big, important portion of it.
I want to know about, I think it's, when I work with the farmers markets, for instance, and we're always trying to get diversity, right? Because sometimes you think of a farmers market and you get a certain population all the time. And what makes me really excited is whenever I see, anyone succeeding foremost, but especially when it's our community who is actually excelling at something, and especially when it's young. Because then there's there's something like you can see them going, taking it and running with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're no matter when you get in the game, it's great. But when you're starting young and you're kind of able to pull out your whole journey, it's pretty cool. So I love that, seeing that diversity, seeing a woman on board.
Yes.
Also, so is it a part of your values? Is it something that, how the responsibility of knowing that you are a minority business, right? How does that impact your product? Or does it? And I know it will, because it does for me. But, have you considered in what ways it actually impacts it?
Well, for example, we bring 2 sauces here. One is a soul snatcher, which is really like a rendition of a common Jamaican dish that we have, a common Jamaican hot sauce, where we mix multiple peppers, garlic, and a couple other ingredients I want to say right now. You stop by, you can get off of the website. But same thing with the pickles. Pickles is a common Haitian dish. So with his background being Haitian, mine's from Jamaica, we can find a way to make the West Indies and tie it into it. And being from Bridgeport, it's real hard to do certain things. I grew up on the East End initially when I first came out here. I was born in Jamaica, but grew up on the East End, And to see my grandmother grow vegetables in a milk crate, a couple milk crates on the back porch, with the plastic bags, some soil, while everybody else is going to the corner store, and I'm wondering why my tomatoes taste different from the tomatoes. In the winter, why is the tomatoes way better in the summer? Because my grandmother's growing them. So with that knowledge, you know, you have to keep going, try to show people.
There's
can do
no
the same
science
thing.
behind that. It's simple. It's just
It's simple.
Grandma was growing them.
Yeah,
No,
same
yeah.
thing. They was telling me you have the black top. I'm like, come on, man. I grew up on a 3rd floor apartment, and we were growing vegetables around the back porch. You can make this work.
Something that we can learn from Cuba, right? Because Cuba, everybody turned their backs over Cuba, right? I mean, so Cuba had to learn, right? Because they were gonna start starving. You know, they all came together and they started growing vegetables on rooftops anywhere that there was you could grow something.
Yeah.
They grew it. They went rooftops, porches, community gardens, and they started growing for themselves, for the urban or for the community, and they traded and they made it work that way. That's something that I'd like to see more. And
It's all about being self-sufficient. It's all about being able to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
There's too many conversations about they won't give us this or they won't let us do this, and it's like, okay, you know what? You're right. They won't.
But what are
they
you
don't
doing
want to. So that's a problem.
And I don't want to
When
compare.
there's a problem, we
but
solve it.
I don't want to, because I know Venezuela's situation is a lot severe, but they waited too long, and Cuba took a good, they did a good job in becoming self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And that's one thing that we want to teach people as well. One goal that we have is, even if through our instructional videos, or if anybody just comes up and asks us or reaches out to us through any avenue, email, we have cards with my personal phone number on it, anything like that. Ask us any question. As busy as we may be, we'll always find time to stop by to see somebody or help out, different gardens or anything like that. If we can teach somebody to grow enough vegetables, even if they don't have to go to a grocery store for one day, that one day or that one trip to the grocery store, that could be the difference between, a family being able to pay their rent that month or not and get put out on the street. So even if we can accomplish that, I can go to sleep safely at night.
So talk about that a little bit more, like the services that you're mentioning. Are they services or like, do you make money off of the education, or do you do this? Like, for example, we met at GVI and you guys did a little raised bed workshop.
Yeah, the raised bed
So is that
workshop that we're doing.
you guys target on doing this for free, or you're just making money off of the selling of the vegetables?
To be honest with you, it depends on the market. It depends on the market. It depends on sometimes it even depends on the audience. If it's an audience that can afford it, then yes, we'd love to charge it. Because for the audience that can't afford it, that's what
offsets it.
That's what we're the example for. We're the example for of finding what you love to do in life and figuring out a way to get paid off of it. So for the audience that can afford to pay for it, then we do offer those services at a price. And as far as educational wise, for the audiences that can't, then we do find those venues such as GVI,
Direct them that way.
Shout out to
exactly.
GVI.
And then we go in that way. Yeah, definitely shout out to GVI. They've definitely helped us out and supported us, from the start of our, our journey.
Right.
And those are just things that we do just because it's ridiculous that you have to pay for information.
Yeah.
Information should be free. Just because I can tell anybody in the world how to, better or create their own soil through composting, or how to handle any pest problems, or how to grow any vegetables, or what to do. I can tell you exactly what to do. That doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Depending on the method that I tell you, it doesn't mean that you're gonna do it. So why should somebody have to pay for that? Exactly. I spent years in school, and there are some classes where why am I here? This isn't teaching me how to grow anything any differently than I know how, or this isn't teaching me how to grow anything anyhow.
Right. And sometimes you gotta do it for that piece of paper that
exactly.
says that you can. Right.
But to any children or anybody in school that are listening, stay in school just because that piece of paper shows certain people and certain gatekeepers that, you know, will offer you opportunities, it shows them that you're willing to go through the bullshit to get to your end goal.
You know it's bullshit.
You're willing to pay your dues,
Right.
pretty much. You know, so stay in school.
But to answer
Say
the
no to
question, like
drugs.
the workshops, like most of the workshops, we've always just been asked to volunteer, and we're more than happy because it's education that we have, and more than happy to share it with anybody that wants to know. Like for the one that you've seen at the Reservoir Community Farm, GVI gave us a call. You know, Farmer Ellie. She said, "Hey,
she's
Rich."
the best.
Yeah, she's great, man. She's great. So she just gave us this like, say, "Hey, Rich, we have an event going on. We'd love you to come through. Would you love to come through?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" I literally live right down the road from the farm, so I'm pretty much there like every day. You know.
Yeah,
But when we make money through like vegetables, like CSAs, we have CSA programs, and we actually have one right now where we're donating half. So like we have one for full share, like say a full share, which is like 10 to 15 items. Somebody pays.
Tell them what the CSA is, though.
Oh, community supported agriculture. So it's basically a program where you put money up front. In the beginning of the season, you pay the farmer, and throughout the season, the growing season, you will be getting your veggies guaranteed, no problem. And we have one where we have full share, which is 500. We'll put, if you want to do it to donate to a family that you know or someone in your family, we'll put up the other half. So it'll be two. You pay 250, we'll pay 250. Same thing with the half share. You pay 260, we'll pay. You know, you pay 130, we'll pay the other 130 to cover the rest and make sure these families are fed in Bridgeport.
Wow.
Yeah, because we did a lot of donating last year. Like that was after the farmers markets or before our farm stand, but now we want to take it to another level. So.
And if you don't know anybody that is in need of any of the produce, or if you don't want any of the produce at all, but you do want to help out, you could still purchase a CSA. The way that we have our program set up is if you do purchase it and on the pickup day, or we do offer delivery within Fairfield County, if you know you select for a pickup and you don't come and pick it up that day, we go to any local soup kitchen or church or anything like that, and we'll donate your CSA for you. So even if you don't know anybody, but you do want to, you know, reach out and give for those people that, you know, lack of better terms, have a guilty conscience but want to do something. Right. You know, you can. We do accept online payments or anything like that, so you can still sign up and pay for a CSA. And if you don't show up for it that day, we'll take your box of vegetables and everything like that, and it goes off to the local soup kitchen, or it goes off to the local food pantry, anything like that, and we'll donate it. Or if there is a local soup kitchen or food pantry that you do want to make donations to, and you know you don't know of any other organization or any other organization within Bridgeport that's doing anything, then you can still purchase a CSA, and you know we'll be able to donate it for you.
So the CSAs, is that something you guys came up with, or is that a program outside of it? Because I don't know anything.
I don't know
anything
No,
about
that
it.
is the CSA. It is a common program with a lot of farmers. What they do, because essentially what the CSA also does is, especially in Connecticut, we're limited by the weather. So if you don't have a greenhouse, or if you don't have any indoor access to grow any of your veggies or anything like that, you're limited by the weather. So we're only in full operation and actually only receiving income during those, you know, late spring to late summer months. So sometimes, you know, banks and lenders, they will give you money to float you through the rest of the year to pay your bills, because it doesn't matter if it's snowing or not. I still got to pay my light bill.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's no money coming in, the one thing the CSA does do is, if we set up the CSA program, is that helps offset some of those costs. Not just our own personal costs, but business costs as well. It helps offset some of the costs and helps us buy any type of soil that we may need, or even the seeds that we would need to grow the crops if we don't have any of them stored for that season at all. So that's what the CSA does. So you are paying up front, but it guarantees you those, you know, if you don't get out of work till like 3 o'clock, and every time you show up at 4:30 or 3:30, we're out of your favorite tomatoes, or we're out of cucumbers or things like that. But if you purchase the CSA,
It's already been.
that'll
guaranteed.
that'll be set there.
Counted for
Yeah,
them.
that'll already be set there
That's
for
awesome.
you. So it's, you know, it's like one step prior to what Stop and Shop does, where you can purchase your vegetables online.
Oh, the
Except for the
pea
fact
pot or
that
whatever the
And
case
this
Yeah,
you
the
get
pea
some,
pot.
you get
Yeah.
random. The ingredients can be
it could mix
you
up,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's
and
pretty
throughout
cool
the
in that
season it'll mix up, based on the crops that we're growing, and more importantly than what pea pod or anything else like that does, we actually care about what we do when we're growing this
And how
stuff,
it's being
and we
grown.
grow everything organically, and when we say we grow it organically, it's we don't follow the paperwork of organic by we use this chemical which they say is approved organically or this and that. We don't use any type of chemicals or anything like that. Anything and everything that we deal with is completely organic. If we have any insect problems, we either hatch or raise other insects that will eat those that are the problems. Or if there's any nutrient deficiencies or anything like that, like we have different, compost teas that we make through different processes that will solve those issues or problems. Or we'll have different plants planted next to the vegetables that the insects would rather go to versus our vegetables or things like that. So like different companion planting, integrated pest management, like we do all of that.
Yeah, that's serious.
Yeah, so you can imagine trying
I was
to do
looking at
that
plants
with
today.
the business aspects, not only the farming aspect, but the business aspect with just us right here. It's a startup business, so it's like, but we're making it work.
Now, how difficult does, I don't know if it's Bridgeport or Connecticut, how difficult does they make it to do what you have to do? Like, is there a lot of steps that you have to take care of?
Well, not
And I
necessarily.
don't know if there's any regulations, that limit you.
With the way that we do it, it's not too many regulations. It's just mainly having the proper insurance for everything and good record keeping. So, like I said, I can tell you everything that I do.
Right.
And I could break it down to the science of it and everything like that, but writing it down, that's not my forte. But that's why I like the concept of teamwork makes the dream work. So we have a full team here. So with whatever aspect one of us is lacking in, the other one makes up for it. So if one person doesn't have knowledge of one certain crop or how to deal with one certain problem, it's like the other one does. If I'm not good with, keeping track of who's doing this around town or where this is going on, Rich is on top of that, and he knows all of that. If I don't know, or if I don't keep track of like when I planted something or when I treated something,
That's me. Yeah, that's definitely me, man.
Yeah, everybody's on my neck. Like, Shawn, when'd you do this? What'd you do this? I'm like, relax. What happened that day? Okay, this was the date. This is what happened. This is when I did it, and we keep all our stuff in line. So we have all our records. We have everything kept in. Like we all check each other.
Right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
So
That's cool.
like Roslen will be at a site and she'll be like, something's going on with this tomato. I'm like, all right, well, fix it. That's not my job. And it's like, send me a picture or send me a quick video, and then one of us will walk her through it step by step. We'll be like, all right, do this, do that, mix this, boom, you're good. Don't take that compost, take that compost and put it over there, and then problem solved. And
Real quick, talk about some misconceptions or maybe some quick tips, like, and the obvious. I mean, I don't want you to guys, dive deep into it, but what are some common mistakes or misconceptions?
There are black horticulturists in Connecticut.
Right.
Yes. Shout out to Jeff. He was the only other student that we found out that was in the program with us. He's from New Haven as well. But other than that,
He's the one with the hazel or blue eyes or something.
oh no,
that-
he doesn't
no?
have no. If so, I
So
didn't
who's
look that
Jeff?
deep in his eyes to know.
Jeff was selling. There's a Jeff, I believe, Jeff the farmer who was at the Black Rock Farmers Market, who
Nah, that
had
wasn't
like a
Jeff.
single stand and
with the
was,
umbrella, little patio table.
Yeah.
Umbrella.
and he was at Reservoir as well.
Oh yeah.
And he's
Nah,
from the
Well, I
East
will
End.
be meeting him this
Nah,
year
that
then,
wasn't
because
this Jeff.
we're teaming up with
He
the
took
Reservoir Community
the test
Farm
with
this
us,
year.
right?
Yeah.
He took the test
He's
with us?
awesome. He's also a small business, minority
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, it's from
We
New
have to
Haven.
link up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I
wherever you at, hit us
I
up.
actually saw him
Word.
recently. I'm trying to think where I saw him.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. So another Jeff with none hazel or blue eyes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope,
Yeah.
definitely Jeff.
All the black Jeffs, please hit us up. That's it.
Oh man,
Hopefully you all farm as well.
Yes.
about to have our inbox flooded.
You gotta have.
But they gotta have blue or hazel eyes.
Yeah, they gotta have blue or hazel eyes.
Nah, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Every Jeff with blue or hazel eyes, hit up Chef Raquel. She's looking for you.
Yeah. She's always been looking for you, man. She like them eyes, bro. She like them eyes.
This is like when
Next
you swipe-
segment.
Swipe to the left.
Tinder for farming.
Hey, I like that idea, actually.
Oh man.
Hey.
Wow.
Put that on the bucket list. Put that on the list.
Whoa. Listen, that's like year 15. Still on year 1, remember.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are in any of the markets?
No, actually, we're not. Like I said, we've been, grassroots, and we had the thought and the vision to do our own thing. We don't, shy away from or don't not want to be in the markets. We are, in the process of making sure everything like that happens. And you actually reminded me from the last podcast with Razul.
Yeah.
We were in contact with him last year, but by the time we did get in contact with him and everything, we were a little bit too late on on being able to get our paperwork and stuff like that in order. So we are definitely going to hit him up. I do know he has the first market is coming up, within the next month, actually, on the 22nd, I believe, of June.
June 22nd.
Yeah,
I think,
so we're
kickoff
definitely-
for downtown.
Yeah, so we're definitely not against, the farmers markets or anything like that, but we really wanted to do our own thing. Because even with the farmers markets and everything, it's they label and they say everything is, locally grown and stuff like that, but none of it is actually grown and comes from Bridgeport. Not that I know of. If
that's
I'm
why-
mistaken, please somebody correct me.
No. So we have farmers who come from other, outside. I mean, for farmers
valley.
markets, they have to. There's a certain amount of mileage that classifies as still local, and so some of them do travel without outside of Bridgeport.
Okay.
However, the Farmers Market Collaborative, which I sit on, there's a Lauren sits on, Roz, there's a lot of us who actually sit at the table, and the idea is that we want to diversify, and we definitely want to go as local as possible. So, changing that is what not changing, adding to it, and like having, so we have a farmer who might be coming out from a little bit further, but we have like Bridgeport made here, so to be able to highlight all of that, I think is a benefit, both to the farmers market, again, bringing diversity, bringing just different things that people who are coming into shop are able to say, I want to spend my dollar here because I love that this is like Bridgeport, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I love that they're all organic, or I love that there are no pesticides. You know what I'm saying? So whatever a person's value is, we want to be able to reach many different people in doing that. But I think it's also a benefit to you because you guys have a great product in terms of the messaging, the small minority business, which is another thing about diversity, but also about the cooking instruction, the instruction component to what you're doing, not the cooking instruction, but the teaching of it. All of that is a benefit to, being highlighted at a farmer's market. You know what I'm saying? So people can kind of know your brand and respect,
Once again,
what
we're
you're
not
going into.
we're not opposed to farmers markets.
No.
This year, we were trying to team up. Well, I should say, we did our own farm stand last year mainly because we didn't get our insurance papers together for the farmers market. So we said, you know what? We have so many veggies. We got so much land. We're going to try to find a way to make that money anyway. Since the business was basically linked to my house, we made a farm stand right in front of my house. And with that being said, we created a whole nother fan base that we didn't know we were going to get. Certain stuff we had to put aside for certain people.
Awesome.
Yeah, you got to keep certain dollars within the community. And that was the best thing to do. It was great having our own farm stand, and it shows us where to grow and where to go from here.
Now, is that something that's going to continue on, the farm stand at your location?
I'm hoping
specifically?
so. I'm hoping so because we did try multiple locations last year. It wasn't just my home. We tried Sonia's Kitchen on Main Street in Bridgeport. We were teamed up with a New York Kitchen, which was like a vegan transition restaurant.
Oh, that's what's his name spot?
Don Wilson.
Okay. Don, yeah,
Yeah,
that's Don's spot.
it was
Shout
great,
out
great
to
food. So
Shout
we
out to
teamed up with
Don.
him. Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of vegan options and whatnot that are like you wouldn't even believe that they were vegan.
Yeah, exactly, man. He
Yeah,
broke
Yeah,
it down.
Don's the man.
Because first time I was in there, I didn't know or realize it was like he had full vegan options or things like that. And there was actually an older gentleman in there with he was with the younger child. I don't know if it was his grandson or his son. I don't want to age him too much, but and he was explaining to Don that, you know, he's fully vegan, you know, and you couldn't tell, you know, by his weight or anything like that. I know a lot of people, when they think of, you know, somebody that's fully vegan and he works out, like they have a certain body image that they see. It's like you couldn't tell he was fully vegan or anything like that. And he was giving props to Don and everything like that, explaining to him how he helped him, you know, make that full transition, that he didn't know what to do or what to eat. And then once he found Don, he was able to not only just go there and, you know, purchase his vegan meals or anything like that, but through conversation, how personable and relatable that Don is, and he'll sit with you and talk with you, things like that, just different recipes and just different options and things like that he could have. Because it's like I said, one main thing that's killing us within our community is just lack of information. And, you know.
Yeah, Don's another one of those real community-minded individuals as well. He has that. He tries to
The lacrosse, right?
And it's
and
lacrosse,
a lot more than just
yeah.
lacrosse. Yeah, it's lacrosse.
100%.
He's got was it flag football, track and field. I mean, he's head of a few organizations that do that. I actually met Don while I was with Caribe, and we were both volunteering for a Healthy Kids Day through the after school program. There was a bunch of organizations throughout the city that got together to do basically a sporting day, and also we have the Connecticut Food Bank come down and they'd be giving out fruit and whatnot to the children, just basically getting out there to have pretty much a healthy day, you know. He's a great guy. I love him. Don's awesome. He actually held a nice sporting event. I don't know if he did it this past year again, but he did it like 2 years ago down at Seaside Park at the band shell, and had his catering portion of it out there, feeding everybody. Like, it was great. Had some vegan options that, again, I would never be able to tell that they were vegan if he didn't tell me.
Did you have his veggie patty?
No, I didn't have the veggie patty.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't have the veggie patty. I'm gonna have to go over there. You can't
Shout
tell me
out
that.
to my
you know,
Jamaicans
we
out there. He's a true Jamaican. He's
Unfortunately, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Again, if I'm mistaken, please somebody correct me. I think he may have. That restaurant's not there anymore.
Oh, really? I haven't been around that area.
I think he
in a long
kind of
time.
moved on more to just doing
the sports.
his
The
sports
sports,
thing, and
yeah.
everything
Which is
like
doing real
that.
good.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
doing
he's
real
doing
good.
awesome with that.
After I hear about vegan, the beef patties, I mean the vegetarian beef patties. There's
And
no
you no
veggie
food?
patties. I know.
Yeah, the veggie
Yeah,
patties.
we could at
Over
least have some
Mama's-
veggie patties here.
Mama's Patties. Yeah, Mama's Patties has veggie patties.
Yeah, they're all around, but they're not here.
Yeah, that's real true.
Yeah,
I have a buddy
yeah, they're
from,
not here, Dave. We don't have any veggie patties or anything here.
Dave.
Listen, I got it. Yeah, my bad. A guy I did the accelerator with. He's opening up the business. Republic. Keep it recorded. Yep. Sorry. Yep. I'll have him cut this up. He started the business Republic of Empanadas, a Dominican dude from New Haven, and this
I
dude.
love me some empanadas.
Yo, but the thing is, yeah, remember that day? you guys took the rest of them.
Oh yeah, but I made sure I got the Scotch bonnet hot sauce,
Yeah.
which is amazing too. Got to
Thank
throw that
you.
out there.
Yeah.
Yep. Dave's hot sauce.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dave's hot sauce.
Dave's angry hot sauce. He's killing that man.
Sales must be up, huh?
I'm all sold out.
Oh, good.
So this dude, his goal is to pretty much make anything into a panada. Like the other day he made like a spinach cheese. I forget what kind of cheese it was, but spinach and cheese. It was really good. Just whatever you can think of, he'll put it just hit them up and like, listen, I want this.
That's the beauty of empanadas.
Yeah.
Like you just stuff whatever you can in them.
Yeah, but the thing is, no one's
Cook 'em
really
up and-
doing that though. It's all traditional meat and cheese. You know, the pizza one maybe. And
Imagine that Filipino dish, the real.
The sisig and an empanada. Don't tempt me. I will be here next. No, I'm not gonna say that. Next one, you guys are re-invited for the next
Yes.
show. Just- Alright.
I'll just be by the door eating, man.
I got you. I got you.
I feel the same way about tacos like that.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No,
I
God.
love because no matter where you're at in the world, no matter what culture it is, I don't care what name you give it. Every culture has some sort of a taco.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
And
Same thing with
And I can't-
empanadas,
but-
though, turnovers, you know.
Yeah, any type
I
of
call
meat
empanadas like
patty,
Spanish
meat pie,
beef patties. That's what I
turnovers,
always
beef
say.
patties.
that is true.
Yeah.
But it got to be the soft shell taco.
yeah.
You know, it gotta-
Wait, soft
you gotta
shell
keep
and
it
what?
like
Flour or
original.
corn?
At my house, we get
Either
into a
one.
debate.
Either one. I think
Either
it depends on what
If-
protein is
for
inside
me,
of it.
is I try to keep things as authentic as possible. So if it's Mexican, I gotta go with the corn tortillas. But anything else, I'll.
Well, I mean, even
flour.
Mexican, like they use the flour a lot for. They use corn for the
Corn,
majority of it.
Yeah.
But if it
Yeah, I
depends
feel
on
like
the
I got
protein.
shamed when I asked for a flour one when I went to the Mexican restaurant. They
Well,
was-
generally they'll give
What
it
do
to you if you have like a fish, any type of like seafood.
Yeah, which
they'll
is
generally
mainly
do
what
it
I
in
eat.
flour. They'll do it in the
Mhm.
flour one, shrimp tacos, fish tacos. Those are generally flour.
In my
but-
house, we get into it, man, because everybody in my house like Taco Bell. I'm like, I hate Taco Bell. And when they talk about Taco Tuesdays, they're talking about that yellow,
The hard
the
shell,
hard
yellow
shell that
tacos and
from Ortega's or whatever you buy at the freaking shop. I was like, dude, that ain't tacos. That ain't tacos.
No, it's not.
No.
Because after one bite, it turns into nachos. Because it's not a taco anymore.
That's true.
It
That's true.
falls all over the plate. You're just scooping it up. It's not a taco after
That's
one bite.
true.
You guys ever go to that those on Long Wharf in New Haven? Trucks out there?
That was good.
Nah,
Maybe like
nah.
12 at a time.
So, yeah, they got some good tacos.
Yeah, they do. But we got some great ones right here in Bridgeport.
Yeah.
We got some real good ones. We talked about it the 2 episodes
You
ago.
went crazy for that place in Norwalk. Was that place?
Oh, Los Portales. Oh my God.
See, look at him again. He's rolling his eyes.
Yeah, I seen his eyes. We went to a whole other land.
I love that spot. But we got some great ones here in Bridgeport. Again, La Poblanita's great. You got
La Poblanita,
La
definitely
Poblanita.
know one.
What's
Park
the one
Avenue.
next to the?
yeah, Park Ave,
Yeah,
and then La
definitely.
Flor right next to it. La Flor is probably one of the ones I go to. If you want real authentic feel, we'll probably give
Of
you
what?
crap for this. You want
Mexican.
real authentic feel for Mexican, like you're in Mexico, like roaches walking right next to you.
Yeah.
Nah, I,
I
don't
mean,
want
you
that. I don't want that. I'm good.
Like you're not sure you're gonna
No,
get
not
allowed
there,
back
not
in?
there, not
Nah,
there. It's
I
the
don't
spot. I forgot. La Mexicanita, I think it's on.
You are
Fairfield
such a
Ave.
dick.
Yeah, I don't care. Like,
And he's
I
not
told-
saying that this roach is actually there.
No, I'm not saying
Just
they're
let you
really
know.
there,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
See, he got what I was saying.
It
I'm
just
just
feels
saying,
that- it just
but
feels
you wanna
that way.
Feel that
Get
way.
that
Like,
authentic.
you get right over there.
You know?
What's the name of the spot? What's the name of it?
La Mexicanita.
La
It's
Mexicanita.
right before Gala Foods on Fairfield Avenue.
Okay.
It's like
Oh,
the
okay.
Hancock Pharmacy.
Okay, yeah.
Right
yeah.
after
It
his little
It used to be
Mexican.
Cumbade, right?
Used to be Compade. Right
Yeah,
before
yeah.
Compade, there's a little spot right there on the left.
Ah,
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah, and they're real authentic. They're real good there.
I used to live over on that side of town, so I gotta take a trip by there.
Yeah, pass by. And then there's another one, if you can ever figure out when it's open, because they open whenever the hell they feel like it.
That's the
That's-
one that
that's
Donovan told me
authentic.
about.
Nah.
No, not that spot. The one, there's another one around the corner from it. This is the one that's rarely ever open. It's called Taqueria La Salsa.
Yes.
Yes,
that-
I've seen them
that's
around.
what Donna, but you don't know when it opens.
You never know when it
Right.
opens, but they do amazing. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what he
thing.
said.
Like,
It was
it's a
delicious.
little hole in the wall right next to the barber shop.
Inexpensive.
It's like $1.50,
$1.50.
right? If you go on certain days, they're $1.
Certain days that
Right.
they're open.
Yeah, whenever they're open.
You know,
Yeah, the
Moons and
advertise-
stars
all right,
line up.
Listen, we're getting too much into tacos. We got to get back to Park City Harvest over here, right?
So listen,
You're not gonna talk about tacos all day.
Nah, that's
Park City
cool.
Harvest.
But that's what we do. We farm and then we go eat tacos.
Hey,
But the thing is,
it's
tacos
Because
amazing,
I
right?
turn anything into a taco.
But
I made a taco out of Swiss chard, orange tomatoes, strawberries, and maybe some Italian dressing.
taco. There you go. Awesome.
Are we
Vegan
hanging out
taco.
on Taco Tuesday?
What happened?
Are we hanging out on Taco Tuesday?
Definitely.
All right, good,
Every
perfect.
day's a taco.
Well,
day.
taco-
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can turn anything into a
Taco
taco.
Tuesday,
Taco
Taco
Thursday.
Wednesday,
You wake
Taco
up in
Thursday.
the
Taco every
morning,
day.
Yeah,
whatever
every day.
was for dinner.
You don't need a plate.
warm it up, make a taco.
Right?
No
Breakfast.
plate. No, you don't need a fork.
Nah, you don't need a plate. You don't need a
Sure.
fork.
None of that
no
bougie
nothing.
stuff, bro.
No, none of
And
that.
then that first flap that you fold over on the taco, you save that piece for last, and that's your napkin.
There you go.
Done.
That's the juice picker upper. just
Oh, yeah.
wipe the plate of all the beautiful juices that fell off of the back of the taco.
All the
But that's the thing.
Essentials.
There is no plate, so it's all on your hands.
Oh,
So that's why that little flap just
And pop the
wipe it up and then bam. Done.
Talk about authentic.
Yeah. At
Well-
Park City Harvest, we don't waste anything. If you don't eat it,
And
you
gotta go
compost it.
Compost. Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
taco's a perfect segue for these the hot
Sauces.
These sauces you got on the table, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
talk about that. What inspired it too, and what can they find it online? Can they find it? How can we get our hands on that?
Yes, we do have them available online. As far as inspiration goes, it really was just the house. It was really just home. For myself, I was born here, born in Stanford, raised in Bridgeport, but everybody before me and my family came straight out of Haiti. So this was just something that I grew up with, and until I started to, get to that age where you get exposed to other people's cultures and what they do at home outside of, like school cafeteria lunch. Once I got exposed to that, it really kind of was shocking to me that not everybody ran around with Peekleys in their house. It was really weird at first, but that was just something from the house. That was just something that we did. We'd have, like I said, we'd have Peekleys and bun. I remember being at barbecues and parties where they'd look at me like I was nuts because I'd put a mound of it on, a piece of fried plantain and, chowing down.
Yeah, that's spicy as
No,
hell.
talk real quick. So for those
Yeah,
for
Peekleys.
those
That's
who
what I'm saying.
don't know what
Peekleys
pickles are,
Peekleys is
Okay.
crazy.
So Peekleys, in a sense, it's like a spicy pickled cabbage.
okay.
So there are, especially from, a Haitian standpoint, there are different recipes. They add, some people may add certain things, some people don't, so we keep it real simple, just to, kind of satisfy everybody out there from, any Haitian customer that we may have or any other, customer we have that knows about it or wants to try it out. So we keep it basic, it's a variety of peppers that we grow, maybe a few, and then the cabbage and maybe a few different vegetables here and there. But like I said, we keep it simple, and then it's as I said, it's pickled, so it's made with vinegar, and then a little bit of salt for taste and things like that, and then that's it right there.
What are the sizes do you guys have available?
Right now, it's just an 8 ounce.
8 ounce.
Right, 8 ounces. And on the Soul Snatcher, it comes in a 16 ounce as well.
Yeah, so
Let
tell
them
us
know
about
about
that
this.
Soul Snatcher. Tell us about that.
Well, first, before I transition to that, the Peekly, just like Raquel said, when she first saw it, she thought it was something that we have in Jamaica. And it's like an Esco Beach. We put on fish. On it. Yeah, see, exactly. So when Shawn saw me this, I was like, oh, Esco Beach, what you know about this? And he was like, man, in Haiti, we call this Peeklies. And then when he broke down the knowledge of it, I'm like, come on, the islands are so close to each other. We have the similar
funny.
flavors.
all
It's
the
crazy.
same, yeah.
It's just like our conversation earlier, right? About the canepas.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
Call them getting
Semi
all over
different
the place.
names, but it's all the same thing,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Connected in that sense, yeah.
Yeah. So on the Soul Snatcher, that comes from same thing. The house, my grandmother, my mother, my grandfather. We all grew our own peppers, and whatever peppers that we did grow, we made sure we blended them and make it our own sauce. So even when I was young, I hated sauce from the outside. I was always I guess bougie when it came to hot sauce.
Well, because
You know,
you grew up with the
I
best
grew
stuff
up
on
with
earth.
it.
So
exactly.
it's like,
I'm like, where's
Yeah.
that flavor? I need that flavor. This ain't right. This is watered down, or this is just off.
They put fire
that
on
one's
top
sexy.
of fire.
Yeah, So this one has the reason that one Soul Snatcher. We have peppers that we
She's just
created.
excited about the name.
Yeah.
Soul
Yeah.
Snatcher.
Tell 'em-
Swipe
tell 'em
right.
about them- tell 'em about the name.
Well, Soul Snatcher, definitely. I was inspired with that name from Shawn, actually. I was inspired with the name of that sauce from Shawn actually, and cause he came up with some peppers. We end up crossbreeding some peppers, you know, phonetics and genetics and stuff like that. We learned in class, and we call these a soul snatcher.
Okay.
So that's the main pepper that we put in the sauce, away from the other 5 peppers that's in there, and that's where the name came from.
So it has nothing to do with you aftermath, right? Because it burns you twice.
Yeah, it will.
No, it's gonna do
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
that soul.
So you
Trust
sit-
me, this.
Eat with caution.
Yeah, please do. Don't just
No, I got-
scoop this over your
I got
stuff like
scared
it's red
earlier.
hot.
I opened the
This is nowhere
Peekleys
near
up.
red hot.
I opened up the Peekleys, and he was like, "What'd you say? There's some Reapers."
Yeah, Carolina Reaper
there's
peppers.
a
Reapers
couple-
in there.
There might
I
be
got
a
a-
couple Reapers in
I got-
there.
I got a
And
little
there's,
drop on my hand. I'm like, no, I'm gonna burn.
More than likely, there's a soul snatcher pepper in there as well.
So he tasted the Warrior Scorpion sauce that we
Oh
made.
yeah, my
Oh
wife
yeah,
loved it.
with the
Yeah.
Dave that he came and got some scorpions.
She said it was
and some
spicy,
ghosts.
Yeah.
definitely spicy, but she loved it.
You know
It was
that
almost something
stained
special.
my equipment. Anything that I was coughing.
Oh.
I had my eyes were.
I know
It
all
wasn't-
about it.
It wasn't even when I was cooking it. It
Yeah.
was when I was washing everything with hot water, and I guess
And the
Oh,
stain
that
from
hot
the
water.
water.
Yeah.
I brought that in all
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
throat got itchy.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you
then
can't even touch yourself too much, man. You gotta.
Then my blood. I have a Nutrisystem.
I feel like there's a story we don't know about. Break it down. Break it down. They looked in each other's eyes. It was like
You need to break
you
it
know.
down. What you do after you handle the hot sauce.
No, we got this like telepathy. Every
Yeah.
time something crazy
The
happens,
minds
we're always
are
looking
the
at
gutter.
each other,
The
like
minds are the
making
gutter.
fun of you.
Hey, it happens, man. You
still
go to the bathroom.
Hot sauce.
Digress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that same effect that you said with the with cleaning it, sometimes it has that same effect when I'm cooking with it in the house. People will be upstairs and they'll be coming down coughing and like, yo, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm cooking. Chill out, relax.
It's gonna be all right.
You be alright. Like, you know, people eat peppers every day. Like,
You'll be alright, son.
You'll be okay.
You'll be good, dude.
I have red stains in all these bowls and stuff from the Maruga scorpion.
Yeah, make sure you had the scorpions. Those were actually from Trinidad. The peppers, the seeds, they were brought to us from a friend from Trinidad, and we made sure we did the best of them.
They were all legally imported.
Yes, amen. Legally imported.
Okay.
Just to
Parts
make
of
sure.
the-
Yeah, I smuggled some stuff in from Puerto Rico the other day. I
Yeah.
had to do it.
Let's just say I'm not mad at you about that.
yeah.
Yeah. If you have any seeds, I could probably look over them for you.
Yeah. I have them just heading over. I got you.
Alright.
Actually, you're going to Puerto Rico next, right?
Yeah.
You better start getting some seeds together.
Oh, and the best part about both of these sauces is that they are, pickle sauces, as we say, or the Peekleys is more of a topping than a sauce. So if you do find it too spicy, where it's not something that you can enjoy every day or every meal or anything like that, it'll last forever. On the counter,
the flavor
on the
gets
fridge,
better.
anything like that.
And I
Like,
personally use the soul snatcher as a marinade. You know, I put it in.
Wow.
I put it inside the blender with some other stuff and blend it up. Rub it with the fish and stuff like that. and there
So
we
tell
go.
us about that. So what are some of the, more than just the fried plantains that the Peekleys goes on? What are more of the dishes, traditional dishes that it can go on for those that are listening?
traditionally the most famous thing is with the fried plantains. It does go with with fried pork as well.
Yeah, OG from downtown kept on telling me about the pork. I'm like, yo, I don't eat
Exactly,
pork.
yeah,
I don't
it
eat
definitely
pork.
goes with it definitely goes with the fried pork as well. Definitely on fish or anything like that. And a lot of times there's a non-spicy version of the Peekleys that will get served just as a side. You know, so it'd almost be like it's like Haitian coleslaw. In a sense.
That's my version of Peekleys right there. Non-spicy. Non-spicy. So what about the soul snatcher? I mean, it's hot sauce, so right?
Yeah,
you
that's
pretty much on everything.
that's
But what are some of the
hot
things you
sauce
really
on
like to put them
steroids,
on?
man. I'm pretty biased, man. I put hot sauce on everything, so that's if it's cereal, I guess I don't. You know, anything with milk in it, I'm not messing with it.
A
But,
little ice cream with hot sauce.
you know, what I mean? Some Dave's hot ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Dave's Angry Hot Ice Cream.
Yeah, the other day I was trying to get them get some pizza ideas. And,
I don't know, how does that work? I'm sorry. I just thought about it, like the hot sauce and the dairy. Like,
it'll work.
I mean, I don't know.
You make
will
it
it be
work for 'em.
spicier or will it not be?
Swirls.
Because
Swirls,
you know the
right?
casein
So you
and the capsaicin, they
You ever
kind
see the
of
ice cream swirls, but the swirls will be the.
I know, but will it still be spicy because of the casein and the dairy?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, will
Normally you
it
drink what
die
is
out
too
or?
hot, right?
Yeah,
You drink
anything
milk.
with casein in it. Milkshakes are some of the best stuff to do.
I don't think so.
No,
I've had some spicy pizzas with you know the right amount of cherry peppers or anything like that. And if it isn't that spicy, you know, I'd
Throw the pickles on there.
dab a little. Nah, the pickles I don't put that on there, but I definitely dab a little. You know,
So
soul snatcher
are you talking about with
sauce
the
on there.
cheese? With the cheese on it?
Yeah.
But still, no. I mean, I don't know if does cheese help?
Yeah.
I don't know how much
So
casein is actually in cheese
Raquel
compared
can
to like
speak.
raw dairy.
I did
Chef Raquel.
the apple with the habaneros. With crackers, shit was burning like crazy,
Uh-huh.
right? But you eat it with some cream cheese or any cheese,
Yeah.
it just
was
mellowed
delicious.
it
It
out.
helped it out.
Yeah.
Balance.
So what do these go for?
Price wise.
Oh, last year they were going for $5. We were trying to tell people before, like, get them while they $5. You know what I mean? But nobody was really hearing until like the end of the year, which was great. And then now they're going for $7 for the 8 ounces, and for the 16 ounce of the Soul Snatcher, that's going for $13. So, thanks for the support.
There you go.
There
Yeah,
you go.
absolutely.
Talk about your-
little goes a long way.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
That's
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like I said, it'll last you as long as until you finish it. So whether you finish it within a day, a week, a month,
A
6
year.
months,
If you
a
want your
year,
soul snatched,
you know, like however long it takes you to use it, that's as long. The only thing that I would recommend is make sure you use clean utensils whenever you go to take any of it out of it, just because if you got a dirty spoon, introducing any type of bacteria to it. So as long as you don't do that, it'll stick around as long as you want it to.
There you go. So we're almost that time, but let's talk about your merchandise. I'm curious about your logo, right? Because when I was putting the promo ad for this episode, I'm looking at this logo. Like, I mean, I see the C, right? Park City.
Park
but
City.
Talk a little bit more. Like, how did it come to be?
Rich, I gotta
Oh
tell you that.
man! Once
we
again,
were thinking about different ideas.
Yeah.
You know, we were coming up with concepts
multiple
and everything.
concepts,
And
this-
probably like most business owners, especially when you're passionate about what you're doing and what you got going on, you're trying to cram like 10,000 different ideas and visions and messages into one logo.
yeah,
right?
the original logo was
So,
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. So,
Yeah, like-
also speaking to where, you know, we come from, where we grew up and how we are, again, being relatable and everything like that, is, I don't know where Rich found or came up with the idea of it or anything, but once I saw just the P and everything like that, I was sold on it. Because it instantly reminded me, it brought me to, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Styles P.
Mm-hmm.
There's
The ghost.
Exactly. He was, you know, I don't know if he has any ownership or anything like that, or get a percentage from the brand, but at one point I saw he was wearing this brand, I believe it's Diamond Clothing brand, where it was just a simple logo on it, and he would always wear it, and he, in my opinion, in my eyes, in my life, he branded, you know, that clothing company, and it was a very simple logo. And whenever I see it, whenever I see anybody wear it, no matter it's today or 30 years from now, I'm instantly going to think of Styles P. So it was the branding aspect of it. So when I saw that logo like that, I was like, that's the one. It's simple, it's perfect, it's clean, and it says exactly what we are, you know, like we come full circle, you know, we started one, you know, point direction in our lives from where we got to this path. And no matter where we went, no matter what type of detours we took, we came right back to it. And we're also trying to give back and give that information, that energy, and that love back to our community. So it's like, I just felt it was perfect, you know.
No, same thing. You can get our hands on. I'm sorry, I'm all stuttering here.
No food,
You look
man.
confident. You in your
It's
pajamas.
food
You're ready to
depression.
go to sleep.
Yeah, you hungry, man.
Here, have some of these Peekleys. You'll wake up.
That's a guarantee.
Matter of fact, get your soul snatched.
All
right, go ahead.
That's the one.
That's
So
also
it's,
what it's used for. Anytime you feel sleepy,
right.
you need to stay up,
Little
take some
pick me
soul
up.
snatcher. You're
Yeah.
all set. You'll be up.
You don't even gotta drink it. You could just use like the smelling salts.
Yeah.
Just pass it underneath your nose and you're right up.
You know what I
But
mean?
to further answer your question, they can get any of the merchandise that we have, on our website, parkcityharvest.com. You can, purchase any of the shirts. We do have hoodies available as well, depending on the season or just depending on how somebody likes to dress. We will be putting up, different, types of merchandise depending on the season that's going on. Exactly. And then we also have different items available, different gardening utensils or things like that. Anybody that's involved in this life or that wants to get into it or that's interested in it, and even if you're somebody that doesn't have that much of a green thumb or doesn't have the space at all or access to it, we do offer, hydroponic equipment as well.
Yeah,
so
indoor equipment, outdoor equipment.
exactly. So you can, grow whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want.
Jocelyn, are they forgetting anything? Huh?
Nah, yeah.
Roslen, sorry, what did I say? Jocelyn.
Next time you're like, hey girl, they forget something? Or boss lady. You just gotta call her boss lady.
Boss lady.
Boss
Are they
lady.
forget anything?
Right.
They got it on point.
Boss.
Yeah, we all set? Yeah. Alright.
So how can we follow you guys? How can the listeners find you guys?
We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Park City Harvest. On Instagram, park.city.harvest.loc. We're all over Twitter as well, park_harvest, and we're all out there. ParkCityHarvest.com is a website. Stop by, get some merch. Just take a look at what we're doing.
And where are you guys located right now?
Bridgeport,
No,
everywhere. Like legitimately, we're on multiple sides of Bridgeport.
We're on your side of town in Bridgeport.
There you go.
Wherever you are, we're on your side of town.
Any upcoming events? Any upcoming events? Any plugins? Any shout outs?
Definitely want to shout out to my mom. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to my fiance. Shout out to GVI. Shout out to Bob Holstead. He been helping out a lot lately. Shout out to Bridgeport. Point blank period.
There you go.
I just want to send a shout out to my mom. Also, shout out to my kids. If you're listening to this, go to sleep. And I want to give a shout out to my team. I want to give a shout out to Rich. I want to give a shout out to Roslen. Without y'all, I'd still be just playing around in the backyard. You know what I mean? So I thank y'all and appreciate y'all for having faith in the vision and the dream. And shout out to Dave for bringing us up here on this platform. And
The marathon continues.
yeah,
There you go.
shout out to Nip.
You got anything, Roslen?
Well, thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank
I
you guys for
appreciate
coming
it.
out.
You got anything, Manny? Any plugs? Any shout outs? Any upcoming?
Shout out to the island for treating me amazing. I got no events coming up. I'm sorry. I'm like dreaming about going back. I almost missed the flight on purpose. I got no events coming up. No nothing other than having to go back to work on Monday.
Did you get your hands on the Breakfast Bell's tea? Did you?
The tea? No, I never got the tea. But I've been hooked on the hot sauce though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's
He's
definitely
hooked
in
on-
my
I mean,
zone.
It's really good.
It's super good.
Just it's not hot.
There's
So-
really, it's more of a flavored
Yeah,
sauce
flavor
than
sauce.
it really is.
Flavor,
than-
right?
I'm
Yeah.
glad you call it that as well.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But the flavor is
It's there.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Flavors are important,
amazing.
though.
Oh,
Absolutely.
my
Flavors are
God.
important because some people don't like sauces or peppers based off of the heat, but it's
You
not
gotta have the
flavor.
flavor
Oh,
behind it.
she's got- it's got
That's the
tons of
point.
flavor.
Yeah.
Tons of flavor. I think it's perfect for like people like myself. Like I said, jalapeno is probably the hottest I can go. Or
Oh
like
my
a cherry pepper or whatever. You know what I mean?
We're
But
gonna check back a year from now. We're
but,
we're gonna work him up into.
Nah, I'm good. But that's like perfect for me. You know what I mean? It's got tons of flavor and stuff. I actually dumped it on tacos that I
See, that's
flown over from Puerto
that's
Rico.
The problem, right? 'Cause it
Like
has no heat.
I flew the tacos from Puerto Rico to here from a spot called
Not
Ramonitas.
here though.
Right? No, that was Dave's fault. But right, so and I got home late last night, and I was just like hungry, and I was like, went in the fridge. I was like, oh, we still got some tacos. Ooh, some Bama hot sauce. Here we go. But yeah, no events for me. Follow me on _ Theo Fridge, and then at Tres Gorditos LLC.
Any updates? Did you guys find that truck? 'Cause I know
So
you
we're
guys-
still on the look for the proper trailer that we want to go with. But yeah, we fell into more issues with the bus, so that's completely out of the picture now. But the talking about bus, I don't know if you guys saw, Proof Pizza is officially on the road. Lenny's pizza truck is officially on the road. He announced it yesterday or today, I think, on
Today.
social media.
Yeah,
It was
shared
today. Yeah, he went in. It's looking really good. He's got an old Winnebago.
Winnebago.
Old Winnebago. It's got Proof Pizza on it.
With
It's
a
amazing.
pizza oven, a stone.
His pizza's
His pizza is there's something special about that pizza. Like, it's insane.
He'll be joining us in June. For June 8th, actually.
Well, Lenny, if you're listening to this, make sure there's pizza that day. We don't want to
Plenty.
leave it up to
Dave.
Yeah, you can follow us there at Tres Gorditos LLC. Chef?
Chef Raquel, what do you got going on?
nothing much. I know we were catering. I'm catering an event, a volunteer event, which I'm excited about to pull some students together for a fundraiser that Jacques Pepin is being honored in.
Okay.
So that is pretty cool, and that's coming up, I think, next week. That's it.
How can they follow you?
A Pinch of Salt Cooking on Instagram and a pinchofsalt.com.
And I just, like, once again, shout out to my mother, wife. Love you guys. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Danielle Evans, I love
Mother's
you.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
So you can follow me. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Dave's Angry Sauce. You can check out the website, davesangry.sauce.com. Cool merch. It's hot sauce. Well, actually, no. It doesn't. You can probably get the jalapeno sauce. There's a couple of them left, but I'm getting back in the kitchen to get to produce some more. Follows Late Night Potluck Show on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know the website is still under construction, but you can still visit it if you hit the link at our bio in
Instagram.
Slacking.
No food, no website.
Slacking.
You can hit the website. You can get to the website, and you can access our YouTube channel.
Just because you do everything, Dave.
And I just show up on Saturday nights.
I'm trying.
Make sure you check out Dave's merch as well on his Facebook page. Check that out.
Yeah.
So that's our big thing right now. We're on. I'm uploading everything on YouTube now. So we're trying to get.
Yeah, I peeped it. I'm definitely liking everything so far.
Thank you.
No
And it's a
problem.
little amateur work, but I'm learning. I'm self-teaching
Talking about likes. Dame drops.
Oh, talk about it. Go ahead.
Dame drops. Did you see that?
No.
Dame Drops, and for those again, we spoke about it with Chef Felito. Dame Drops is a social media food critic who's actually part of Rachel Ray's team, and he's from here in Connecticut.
Oh, word?
Dude has like 3.5 million followers between YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's like bananas. I think on Instagram alone, he's got like 60,000 followers. He peeped the video of Chef Felito on our page.
Well, I tagged him.
Oh, did you tag him?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
said,
know.
you know what?
I was
That's
just
the
so
best way to get
excited.
people
Like,
to
gotta-
yeah.
yeah, I was so
do it.
excited. And
Throw it
he,
out
Gotta
there.
do it, yeah.
he reposted us onto his
Give him a
page.
shout out.
So like
Congrats.
that like for me, I was like a little kid. Like I was
Yeah.
mad excited, especially
Yeah.
myself, like wanting to kind of follow that into being like food critics. You know how much I eat out. You know what I mean?
We didn't get that from today.
What?
That you eat out.
Oh, here we go.
She was getting at me.
I'm swiping left on that one. Left or right? Which way? I don't do that. Which
Whichever one you decide.
Is
I
it
don't
you
know. You want to eat out or what? Like,
I'm eating out.
Yeah, or not,
I
buddy.
simply meant.
No, let's not talk about that
talked about
anymore.
I
eating all
meant
day
was-
today.
Here, take that and eat the pig, please. However, like for me, that was an amazing thing to have someone like that like notice
Yeah.
our brand. You know what I mean? It was dope. And Dame, if you're listening to this, you got to come on the show.
Please.
You got to get
come
out
on.
here, please. Let's go. But again, I want to thank the Park City Harvest
Thank
team
you.
as well, and for coming out.
All right. Yeah. Check our website out. Check our YouTube. Please like and subscribe, and tune in next episode. We have I don't know who we have. Sorry. But check us out. Tune in Monday.
Hopefully, whoever we have has food.
It's all right.
Thank you very much for
Park City
listening.
Harvest has that effect sometimes.
Oh yeah, check
Once
out
you run into us, it's just like, who else is that? It don't matter.
We don't know.
It ain't them.
Park City Harvest is
hashtag
here,
PC Harvest everywhere.
so. There you go.
Or yes, if you search the hashtag "Stay Loyal to the Soil," you can always find us on everything
Stay
that's
loyal
out there.
to
the
the
soil
soil.
Stay
or
loyal to
PC
the soil,
Harvest.
PC
Yeah.
Harvest, everything like that.
We're gonna exit with that. Stay loyal to the soil.
Stay loyal to the
Peace.
soil.
Good night.
So, peace out,
night.
guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening.
Be sure to join us next time.
This is a Gorilla Podcast Network production.